8 years. That's marvelous. Congratulations.
Hello everybody, thank you so much for joining us here on YouTube. This is Annie B. And this is Rosalind. While we're waiting for people to join, if you could tell us where you're watching from, that would be great. We're here at Fort Rachel Marina in Mystic, Connecticut. Andrew's right here. He's focused. We have a lot of people here from the neighborhood. Here we go. The Cornwall contingent has come into the chat. We have a few people watching from Cornwall, Andrew.
Hello. Thank you for watching.
We do truly feel like people in Cornwall are with us today. And yeah, Andrew's so, how you doing, man? Andrew's so glad that you could join us today for the live feed. And we'll get going in just a few minutes.
We will.
Well, I suppose.
About that time, isn't it?
It is about that time.
You want to do it right here?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, set you up right here.
Thank you.
I am probably going to hand this camera off to someone for a short period of time. Love hearing, seeing where everybody is watching from. And you'll hear thank you a million times today because it means a great deal. Having a YouTube channel for this restoration is a way of letting people inside of a big project that means an awful lot to more than just us, and we recognize that.
Okay. Where's the man of the hour?
Great.
Everybody, Mr. Andrew Guess.
And we'll switch. Yeah. I'm just gonna
Take that.
Hi everybody, it's Annie B. I just wanted to welcome everybody and say a little bit about what is going to happen here today. Of course, I'm holding cameras and then there's a camera there as well. And I forgot my own rules about the microphone situation. Thank you for joining us on the internet. Thank you for joining us here in person. So how this is going to go is Kate and Derek, Andrew's parents, are going to say a few words. Andrew is going to say a few words as well that are very important. I've really enjoyed getting to know Kate and Derek a little more over the last couple of years working on the boat. And I appreciate everybody in the neighborhood who's come out. Seeing so many familiar faces is really wonderful. Just a note about safety. So you can tell which parts of this thing move. Andrew will be going on to a dock later, and you'll be able to come see the boat and whatnot. And there's also food and libations. So we hope that you can stay for that. That's it. I think that's all of the ceremonial things. So thank you for coming. Andrew.
I think my dad would like to.
Would your dad like to go
My dad
first?
does.
Oh, that's right. Thank you.
Yeah. There it goes. Hello everybody, I'm the old man. And I just want to say thank you all again for coming to support Andrew. And for those of you who have supported him along the line as he's done this extensive build over the last 8 years. It's wonderful. And thank you so much to the Marina. They have been brilliant since we came here. But mostly, I just want to say how mind-bogglingly proud I am of Andrew and what he's accomplished. And as I often say jokingly, gosh, it's a good thing he got a degree in photography, isn't it? Otherwise, he'd never have been able to do this. So, Andrew, love you lots. I'm so incredibly proud of you. Glad I could help in some ways along the road. Thank you.
So I'm Kate Guest. I'm the crazy mom who's possibly a bit responsible for this happening because I know my son. Before I say anything about that, I want to say...
Oh, closer to that one, yeah. Perfect.
Please remember the Celtic fisherman's prayer. Oh Lord, the sea is so wide and my boat is so small. Okay. Andrew has always been a maker. I think he only bothered to learn to write so that he could give me lists of the materials he needed for projects. 1 popsicle stick, 2 toilet paper tubes, tape, glue. So much glue. That hasn't really changed. I'm sure you can imagine the 4-year-old invented spellings. He quickly progressed to bigger projects, outfitting an entire Beanie Baby Air Force, clothing and equipment. Oh, goodness, sorry. But then we went on to blacksmithing, wooden bow making, and when he realized that wooden boats were his future, a dinghy on a beach in Penryn that he refurbished and managed to kind of inveigle his way into the wonderful wooden boat community there, where he worked on Snowdrop and Ibis and Key Waden and learned lots of really good stuff before coming back here and doing an apprenticeship at Carpenter's Boat Shop. That was great. And becoming the shipwright on the Mayflower for a number of years. Mostly understanding how he's always been, making, right now he's standing there wishing that he had something to do with his hands. He didn't have a chance. His grandfather was much the same. I grew up in a house with 4 workshops. My mother never got the dining room that she hoped for in this house they were refurbishing. There was a chainsaw, a table saw in that room until the day he died. But they would be so proud of you. They would. And in disbelief at what you've accomplished, even though he was an aircraft engineer. Knowing Andrew led us to be certain that we had to support this opportunity of a lifetime. The fact that there could possibly be a Cornish lugger that he was already dreaming of building somehow in the United States. It just felt so right. He was the one. If she was going to be chainsawed, if we didn't leap in and make it happen. And so we did. And she's a truly special boat whose story has already impacted and enriched many lives, and I know will continue to do so in the years to come. I have a quote, and of all unlikely possibilities, it's from a TV show. Only Murders in the Building, you may have heard of it, but it's great for Andrew's purposes. The most important part of chasing a dream is the people who chase alongside with you. Those who look beyond the doubters and choose to believe your dream will happen, all in good time. Those who will go with you to help make that moment when you finally arrive in your own big spotlight. They're the only ones who matter. I'm done.
Bear with me a moment.
Both. Andrew is queuing up a song that's very important. I'm sure all our Cornish friends will be excited to hear it.
While I have done the majority of the work myself, I haven't been alone. I couldn't list all of the people who have supported me in some way, be it directly or indirectly, but a few really stand out, and I'd like to acknowledge that. I'd like to thank my patrons on Patreon who have gallantly stayed with me throughout. Thank you so very much. I'd like to thank Anne Bryant, Dane Rochelle, and Matt McKenzie, who have been the most directly involved of all. Anne has done incredible work documenting and helping in all sorts of ways. And Dane and Matt have been very generous with their time, especially during planking, which, while it is possible to do solo, is really quite awful. Thank you. I would very much like to acknowledge Stephen and Jeff Jones, without whose hospitality and generosity, none of this could have been possible. Thank you. I'd like to thank my parents, Kate and Derek Guest, without whose encouragement and support we would not be here today. And last but not least, I would like to thank Richard Griffiths. Though I never knew him, his stewardship of Rosalind preserved her to this incredible age and allowed me to become part of her story. Thank you, thank you, thank you all for being here, for supporting, for caring about this beautiful boat and your future. Now I'm going to play the Cornish national anthem. Cornwall is a very special place with an identity very distinct from the rest of the UK. Its ties to the sea are deep and ancient, and I'm very grateful to have had the chance to preserve a piece of that history. Thank you all.
Piano Man says, singing here in Dorset, UK with a tear in my eye. Fantastic work. You live, thou shalt Trelawney die. Englishmen who'll Augie, Augie.
Oi, oi, oi!
They were singing along in Cornwall, by the way, on the live feed.
Thank you all very much for being here.
Get this thing out of my hand. Gotta get a shot of Luna. Lou! 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 Nah. She has a second, she has like a sixth sense that the camera's coming near.
So she goes away.
All right.
I am done with this.
I couldn't get
Woo!
a Cornish cider.
We couldn't get the Cornish cider.
Luna Tuna, how do you feel about today?
Oh, I can do that.
Hey, you. How
See you. I'm so glad to see you. Andrew is spinning a little for the boat and a little for the sea. Woohoo! That's Julie, everybody. She's the best. Make sure you leave lots of comments about how rad Julie is as well. So it's a well-known Caribbean tradition to wet the decks, or to at least bless the boat with a little bit of libation. Andrew would prefer not to crack something on the front of this boat, and it's more of a rechristening than a christening. So if you're just joining us, please tell us where you're watching from. It's really neat for all of us to see. We've come together here. According to the count right now, there's about 80 people watching. They're about to fire up the travel lift just now and put the boat in. We have a lot of loved ones and neighbors here, people who have helped with the project, and just very glad to have you all here sharing this with us. Dermot says, I sailed on Rosalind with Richard. He would be so happy, probably sipping a glass of Finland. A glass of Finland now. Thank you, Andrew. Dermot. I will let him know. Oh, Finlandia, thank you. Happily sipping a glass of Finlandia. I got it. Joe Castaldi watching from Hood River, Oregon. My sweetie Kevin watching with my doggie in Bangor. Oh, and he got excited when I said Luna's name. British Columbia, Colin, New Jersey, North Texas. I know we've got Cornish folk. I know Toby's watching from Cape Cod.
Big machine's going to turn on. Are you ready? I know you want to.
Yeah, I want that dress pretty bad. And here we go. Ooh, did you do it?
Pardon?
Well, we can. Let me ask. Do you want to just put them in real quick before he backs it up anymore?
No.
Oh.
I don't think so. It's
Okay.
more like, as she's going in.
Oh, gotcha. I'll let him know.
Go down there.
Yeah.
I'm not going anywhere near this.
Understood. Okay, I didn't know if you wanted. Yep. That sounds great. Hello.
Can't wait to get her sea legs back on.
I know. Here we go, everybody. Coffee Dogs watching from Mystic. Oliver, thanks so much for watching from Vermont. Corin in Edinburgh. Paul from Texarkana. Brad from Seattle. Hey, Ralph Womack. Thanks for tuning in from California. Steven from New York. I know you. It's really great to see names we recognize. It's really beautiful. Thank you so much for being here. This yard, by the way, Fort Rachel, is really fantastic here, just on the other side of the railroad bridge, inside the railroad bridge in Mystic. Andrew's mom has rose petals for Rosalind. Beautiful. Jan is watching from Belgium. Randolph's calling in from Chicago. Lincoln is in South Wales with your Friday night beer. Thank you so much. Oh, Joseph, I have to ask Andrew about that. We did weigh her in the travel lift the other day, and he added a little bit of ballast. So we'll see how she sits today. By a little bit, I mean about 1,500 pounds, something like that. Nice. So beautiful. Nico is watching in Denmark. And she's floating.
Augie, Augie, Augie!
Oi, oi, oi!
Augie, Augie, Augie!
Oi, oi, oi!
Augie!
Oi!
Augie!
Oi!
Augie, Augie, Augie!
Oi, oi, oi! Woohoo! It's Miller time. Wow, it's Miller time. Am I right, Cornwall? Sorry, that was a little loud, everybody. I blame Grace for having the tiniest horn I've ever seen. Grace has the tiniest air horn I've ever seen. Grace has a pocket air horn. No, don't you dare push that. No! It's a pocket air horn. That's amazing. James watching from Boston, UK. Yes, I have to. I'm on live. Sorry, Gracie. How you want? Somebody.
Talk to me. What do you need?
Live feed tending. I'm gonna make sure that we have line handlers because Andrew. Hey, Andrew, do you want me? Okay. Yeah. I can also catch if you need. Andrew T. Where are you watching from? Remind me. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. We have about 100 people from pretty much all over the world watching. Can you get the doggy? Now you might notice that her bottom paint goes quite a bit higher than the water, but there is quite a bit of her in the water. We have added some ballast as of the other day. Andrew may add more. It's not a screaming rush. We're not going out to sea anytime soon. And she's stable as is at the moment. Piano Man says, the sun is over the yard arm here in the UK. Rosalind is in the water. Pint of Cornish tribute in glass. Cheers. Thank you so much. It is hard to get a share line correct in a shed where you can't step back from it. We have a couple of shipwrights here today, friends of Andrew's, who are kind of blown away by that. Andrew wouldn't say it himself, but I just think that the share lines look absolutely beautiful. Hi there. Oh.
What's the live feed doing?
Well, we have about 100 people watching.
How many?
100 from all over. A lot of people were singing the Trelawney song.
Song of the Western Men.
Song of the Western Men.
I don't know why people just say Trelawney now. I think it's from a the guy that wrote it called it the Song of the Western Men. Because it's all about Trelawney, I suppose.
Yeah, they do say Trelawney a bit. I think when Andrew first told me about it, he called it maybe 3 different things. You know, he called it the Cornish National Anthem, and then he was like, so then when we play the Trelawney song, and then another time he said Western. You know what I mean? It's sort of, it seems like it's not fully interchangeable.
Can you imagine that at soccer matches? I mean, it's bizarre.
Yeah.
You know, it's everywhere. People sing it because it's an act of rebellion.
Yes. Well, we're all for it. She is wondering what.
Yeah, I got 2 bow lines. Do we have a springer?
You can rig that later.
You got
A breast line's nice for stopping though. Thank you for joining us. If you're just joining us, let us know where you're watching from, please. It's always nice to see that. This is Annie B. I'm here with Andrew's mom and Luna and our friend Mimi. Luna Tuna, the doggy. I'm going to move now because I realize I'm under the... Rosalind is going to be at the dock pretty soon, and if you'd like me to, I can continue to stream live and we can go aboard. Ralph says, congratulations, lots of work and a beautiful boat as a result. Thank you, Ralph. Kevin McRitchie says, congrats, Andrew, for the Bald Scotsman boat ride in Yorktown, Virginia. I've been to Yorktown, Virginia once before. Sailed there. How long are the slings? Sorry I didn't answer that question, but about that long. Sorry about that. So she did get a dip the other night so that we could see how she sat on her lines. There wasn't much that we really needed to do as far as trimming forward aft or thwartships, but she could be heavier. Andrew was really careful with that. She was light last he knew, and yeah, never. By the way, never use the engine for what you can do with ropes and just pushing. You know, the situation of the water, that basically makes the boat very easy to handle. So she's just going over to this dock right here. And they're just pushing from that other dock. That's it. That's all you need to do. Crank the engine for that. That's Andrew's dad. And there's Derek standing at the end there. Looking over. Blair is watching from Pinehurst, Texas. Barbara's watching from BC, Canada. Beautiful place in the world. So there she is. Tight quarters in a shed for 8 years out here in the sunshine. Unable to step back and take a good look at the boat. Taking all the cues from her shape, from books about the boats. No plans. Information, sound judgment, hard work. Not enough rest if you ask me. We're so glad that you're watching. Maybe I will take you aboard just now. Why not? It's only about half an hour. Let's go aboard. So if you're just joining us, this is Fort Rachel Marina. This is David. Fort Rachel Marina are just on the other side of the railroad tracks here in Mystic, Connecticut. Matt McKenzie, he's a professor over at UConn Avery Point. This is our friend Dean, who's been instrumental in not just work on the boat, but also keeping Andrew sane.
Congratulations. Oh, thank you.
We appreciate his friendship.
Thank you. Needs to come down a little bit.
Hi, Dean.
Well, she, yeah, I mean, she looks like she's inside built, or do you have more stuff to go in?
Deck is a bloody mess.
More space.
What?
The deck is a mess.
Well,
I'm working on it.
There you go.
clean it up.
You know Exeter scrap metal?
All right.
Usually about £1 a pound. But
Okay, let's go inside. I promised everybody I'd go inside. Oops. There we go. I'm back.
Just need to belt it down.
Kevin says, absolutely gorgeous. Right on our lines.
Really?
It's awful. It's one of the worst things you can ever do. It's just
Stuff going everywhere.
See if I can pull this off.
the last time I did that, I went through 5 chains and 3 bars.
Yeah.
Oh, cutting up the keel.
Cutting the
I hated that.
That was the worst.
I did not like that. Cleaning up the little chitter chatter from that too was
You guys follow the tally-ho story with that?
yeah,
Yeah.
a little bit.
You seen the episode when they poured the keel?
No, I haven't.
Look it up on YouTube.
Well,
You'll enjoy it because they melted lead and poured it. Didn't go so well for the first time.
That's what I
Yeah,
heard.
but that's
But
that's
then
fun
the
to
second
happen.
time- Second time it
By
did.
the way, I got 100 people on the internet listening.
Oh, cool. Hey, buddy.
Yeah, okay. Hey, Andrew, can you hold that just for a moment,
Yes.
please? Thank you. I'm gonna bring everybody aboard for a moment.
I am going to get my parents.
Great. Okay, everybody. So, the binnacle compass situation here with this beautiful varnished stave situation that was a part of Rosalind's original deck hardware. Now, Richard had sailed her as a schooner, and so a lot of these things, such as tiller steering, well, maybe she was still tiller steering, but a lot of this has had to be rethought out the way that all the deck arrangements are, because she in fact has a mizzen and a fore, but no main. So any information about kind of how the deck was arranged is not, wasn't accurate to what luggers have for their rigging. So in essence, Andrew derived that from old pictures. Partially, you can go back to episodes where we cover that a little bit. How do you rebuild a boat without plans? And also from taking pictures of luggers that are in existence today, which we have some people joining us on the live feed who are commenting who they themselves have luggers over in Cornwall. So go below decks. So everything midships back when she was fishing would have been for, this would have been a fish hold in the center of the boat here. Of course, now it's living space. This boat is going to continue to be a working boat. In essence, good girl, yay! And so this will be Andrew's floating workshop, and he'll go do more restorations. So the channel will continue after this. We're hoping that maybe he can possibly have a part in the restoration, I should say rebuild, of Sylvina Beale, or perhaps a similar project where it's a larger scaling, large construction, double sawn frame type of boat. Joel asks, is the rig going up today too? And the answer is no. So the planking, we'll let the planking swell for a couple of days. So she'll probably hang out here for the weekend on the dock here at the marina. And then her rig will go in here at the dock. They have a crane nearby. Gosh, it's warm in here. Of course it is. It's beautiful. So up here forward is kind of where all that tool storage is going to happen. Maybe there will be some shelves for bins or whatnot, but he's going to see how he uses the boat first. This is pretty unique to luggers. This is a scuttle hatch, so this can be completely opened and the fore can be put down. Table, galley table. Beautiful wood stove. I love this scene on the side of the wood stove with the fishermen. It's really beautiful. And then on the other side, I don't know if we can see it now, there's a seabird in there. Gorgeous. Hot dog. You good girl. So, here's the head. There are 2 Monel tanks for diesel fuel. Also have an electric lift pump right there, that silver box kind of a thing. Raycor filter, all of that right there. Controls for the 2 tanks. The anchor chain comes down from the windlass into this blue barrel that's been cut in half right there, and comes down this gray pipe. Lands in there all nice and neat. Keeping the mess in. This is also Andrew's shower. So there's that. Let's look at the electrics a little bit. So Andrew's got quite a bit of battery power here on this boat. There's a little bit of solar and also a beefed up alternator to fill those batteries. And part of that reason is future work, whether that's power tools or recharging power tools or whatnot, that he has the future capability to be able to do that. So there's both AC and DC distribution. Coming soon, an induction stove, and oh wow, whiskey. Someone was thinking about me. Heyo. Thanks, everybody. So here's the sink, and there's this nice cutting board here. So, oh, I meant to point out, here you go. So this is original pieces of the elm keel. If you noticed the episode the other day, you may have heard Andrew talk about the fact that he was going to install those. There, and then this also, this trim here. Here's some participation and other types of awards. Rosalind used to live in a different spot in Rosalind. The coach roof is quite high. I do believe that a 7-foot tall person could stand in here no trouble. And there he is.
Hey, you.
I'm so glad to see you, Mike. How you been?
Good to see you too, Ann. Hey, you. Hi. I've been good.
Good. I'm so glad. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, this is awesome. Really awesome. Yeah, I've been good. I retired from the ferry.
Yeah.
And I've just been kind of hanging out.
So, Mike, we are live right now on YouTube.
Oh, no.
I don't know.
Yeah.
He just walked into it. Hey, listen, I put a sign out there that said, we're live in here. No, I didn't
Are
do
you
that.
really live?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
But I just wanted to thank you publicly because it was Mike who told us that the engine was A-okay. And actually we did some, felt dangerous to me, but Mike was like, cool.
Not dangerous.
No.
I would never do that.
No. But we did jump that thing. Anyway, with my vehicle.
Oh,
But
that's right.
yeah. Back when I had the Honda Element, but yeah, Mike told us that this engine has really made a lot of the project possible because buying an entire engine for this boat was not in the budget. And he found a way for us to be able to get that started and know that we could be sure of it as we were continuing to get closer to building. So this is the engine box here. As we were getting closer to building the engine beds to put her in, Andrew didn't want to haul her up here on deck and find out later that she couldn't even be bench tested. So
Did you come over to the slip on its own power?
no, they just pulled her.
Oh, they did.
They just warped her in with line, yeah.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Yeah, it was delightfully quiet. But it runs great.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other day we got her started again. She had a lot of air in the lines, and
Yeah.
Andrew was getting frustrated, but it's the tanks are wicked far away, so.
Yeah.
And they saw a bunch of air coming through the rate core, so.
Yeah, and he told me that he had a hell of a time.
It took him a few hours of pumping and whatnot to get all the air out, so.
Yeah,
This is the aft cabin. Drew built a little hatch there. That's not super traditional, but it is. It's good for him because it's both fire egress. It's a butterfly hatch, so he can either open up it forward or aft to make it work as a wind scoop. I actually have a similar arrangement with my butterfly hatch. It's really nice having it open fore and aft rather than thwartships. One side of the boat or the other. I really like forward and aft opening. The spar will come down through here. Step there. It's the main. Is there water coming? I have not heard the bilge pump go off, so you're such a good girl. So that's good. I think that the reason why the bilge pump hasn't gone off is probably because not only is it new planking, but Andrew did this refit entirely by the water, so it is a very humid area. Oh, Paul, you asked that. Oh, good. Maybe I'm prescient. Is she taking on much water? No, not at all. So that answers that one. Andrew has a great story about this knee that will be in a future episode. But he's been carrying this piece of wood around, shaped as a knee, for a long time. And it's a nice story about him and his dad. And I think he's had that piece of wood for, 14 years. And finally has a place to put it in the boat. So it's pretty lovely. So to go back up on deck, in case anybody missed that, thank you so much for joining us. If you haven't told us where you're watching from yet, we love to know. It is so fun to know where people are watching from. You'll probably want to see the foredeck arrangement. Let's go check it out.
Yeah, no, they know.
Hey, Mike, I'm behind you.
Those guys know.
I'm just gonna go forward.
Yeah.
Thank you. Mushroom vent inside the head. These are the two deck fills for the diesel. Got a foot switches for up and down on the windlass. This big windlass has been, I think it's 24 volt, and it's been reconditioned or refurbished, maybe I should say, for use here. 100-pound fisherman style anchor. And before you say anything about fisherman anchors in the mud, I used mine in the Chesapeake. It worked great. This bowsprit is going to be on full display, as well as the boomkin at the Wooden Boat Show, which we hope we see you at. So that's at Mystic Seaport at the end of the month. We're going to have information coming out about that soon. We're excited to show. Got Walt Ansel over there. Hi, Walt.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Wonderful day.
It's a beautiful day and a wonderful day. It is. Walt Ansel, boat builder, restorer, man about town. Worked at Mystic Seaport for many years, probably still does. Right now there's a cover over this, so here's where the Charlie Noble will come out for the wood stove. And you can see that hatch aft. CB Maverick says, I could have got my Wooden Boat Show tickets. Yes, please. Come on out. We've also got Lou Sazed coming to the booth. Bob Emser.
Yeah.
I'll be there with a bunch of Lowell's Boat Shop stuff because I've been doing all of their things. If you don't follow Lowell's Boat Shop, I would really appreciate it. The oldest boat shop in America. We're about to build a 38-foot Bantry Bay gig for the Atlantic Challenge. So that's another thing I'll be working on. Yeah. Fresh Fest says, watching from Germany. Thank you so much. Paul's heading out. Thank you for watching, Paul. Winter Beach Productions says, watching from Chicago, Illinois. Thank you so much. Will's watching from Victoria, BC. Ian McCormick, thank you so much for watching, Ian. No rig today, in case you're just joining us. We just launched right over here and pulled the boat in to the dock. No need to come in on our own power. Got Matt McKenzie there, Mike Franco, a few other friends. Chris Sanders, our friend David. So I'm gonna go get a drink of cider. Thank you so much for joining us. If I believe that there's probably super stickers or monetization. There's also a link on Andrew's website. There's a link in the video description for sending along a launch gift if you would like to. This race to the water is about Andrew's living situation partially. You know, he would like to get living on the boat, get out of that shed, and move on. He'll be finishing up interior details, and we'll continue doing that. And also the videos will continue because Andrew will use this to go as an itinerant boat worker to places where other boats need restoration. So I hope you continue to support the channel, and I have done this as a labor of love. It doesn't go to me, it goes to the work that he ends up putting in. It's gone into tools, it's gone into paint. We also want to thank Total Boat very much for sending a lot of supplies over the last couple of years, and I can't thank you all enough. I could just go and go, but thank you so much for joining us, and I hope we see you in the comments. Earlier, well, actually yesterday, I released a video about her coming out of the boat shed, and the launch video will come out pretty soon. But thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you again really soon.